Hi there and welcome to this Ethical Community video. So we are speaking today with one of the sellers in our eco-friendly and natural marketplace, Mark from Eco to Life, who sells eco-friendly and green cleaning products. So we're going to be talking a bit about what kind of products he sells and a story behind some of the things he's doing. So hi there, Mark, and thanks for joining us.
Hi, good to see you.
So, do you want to kind of begin with a bit of background of perhaps what inspired you to kind of create this green cleaning business? What was the kind of background there?
Yeah. Well, I'm a consumer goods person. I've been in various packaged goods businesses all over the world. Passionate about functionality and products that have clear benefits to them. And I was actually introduced to this idea originally by an old friend of mine who lives in Australia, who I actually met and worked with in Japan. Which just goes to show it's a small world and you never know where the next best idea is coming from.
Excellent. And so something I read on your website, I think that probably a lot of consumers aren't aware of when they buy cleaning products from supermarkets, that a lot of the content of the product is actually water. I was kind of surprised that it could be as high as, 60 to 70, 80% sometimes. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually one of the things that surprised me and got me very excited about this as a concept and a product idea. If you go under the kitchen sink or in the bathroom and look at most of the cleaning products you've got, the first thing on the label, on the ingredients list, is water. That can be, as you said, two-thirds, three-quarters of the bottle being water. And the guys who came up with this idea in Australia just basically said, we don't need that, we can take it out, supply you with a little bottle of concentrate like this, which you then literally make up at home using ordinary tap water. So I thought, well, what a brilliant idea. Saves all the energy, saves the transport, saves the storage, great environmental credentials, and just a superb idea.
That's fantastic. I mean, do you think that being a sort of green product, something we get asked a lot actually in our marketplace by consumers, is whether green eco-friendly products can be as good as regular products with more severe chemicals in. And generally we find the answer is definitely yes, but it seems to be one of these kind of perhaps misconceptions that seems to circulate the green and eco-friendly world. I mean, do you find that with cleaning products particularly?
Absolutely, and a very pertinent question. I mean, I think, again, it took me the best part of 18 months to put this whole product together from a starting, blank piece of paper. And this may sound a really silly thing to say, but one of the things I said to myself and the people I've worked with is, hey, we're going into the cleaning industry. There's one thing it has to do, and they also said, well, what's that? I said, well, it has to clean. Because an awful lot of the products, have a perception that they don't, maybe they don't find it quite work. So what we did was we did a huge amount of work to be absolutely sort of, as convinced as we could be that we had a really highly efficacious product that performs. We went through laboratory tests, scientific testing, in-home tests. We put the product through the Good Housekeeping Institute testing procedure and came out with flying colours. So we were pretty darn sure before we went live that we had something that absolutely nailed it on performance. And to be honest, since we went out there and the product's been in the marketplace, I've got reams of testimonials from people. One of my philosophies in life is to surprise and delight my consumers. And I've got letters and emails from people saying, wow, I'm impressed, it works. It removed a stain in the bath that I couldn't get rid of. It took a smear off the floor.
Yeah.
So we just got great quotes back, and people are over the moon about the performance. So absolutely had to do that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's good to see you have that balance right. I think that's really important in consumers and moving forwards to have that quality balance versus the eco-friendly credentials as well. I think, so you mentioned obviously there's kind of obvious credentials with your product that in terms of that you have a refillable element, which is obviously very, very green. Is there anything else you're doing in that sense? I mean, I read some of that you're going as far as looking into the materials in the bottles and things like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm a passionate person, and when I get into things, we go to the nth degree to get it right. And we have, we will never get absolutely everything 100%. I mean, in the world we live in today, that's very difficult. So we're going to be very honest and open with people in terms of what we can and can't do. But we've actually taken every element of this and taken it apart and put it back together again. Silly little things that may or may not sort of intrigue or excite people, but in a lot of the spray bottles you have like these, in the trigger in the top, you open it up, inside there's a metal spring.
Okay.
So when you take that to recycling, that has to be broken apart because the metal goes one way and the plastic goes the other.
Sure, yeah.
It took us a fair amount of effort to find one, but we eventually found one that's 100% plastic and fully recyclable. So when eventually this does go into recycling, it's months and months, years after it's first used.
Yeah.
It all goes in one place. So, you know, we put the packaging through. Everything's absolutely 100% recyclable. All the ingredients are readily biodegradable. Everything's been through the Recycle Now labelling system. It's all made in the UK, which is very important. It's locally made, which is tremendous. And, you know, again, small little point, but when we were looking to set up the business and how we did it, we went to the Co-op Bank to see if they would become our bankers, because they are, you know, in inverted commas, according to the FT, the most sustainable bank in the world. So we thought, hey, that's a good place to be.
Yeah.
We're a virtual business. We don't operate from any fixed premises. Everything's kind of on the outside, and we just run it as we do. So, yeah, we think we've put a huge amount of effort into trying to get as much of this right as we can do.
That's fantastic. So yeah, one question I had was about natural products. They seem to be increasingly popular in general, which is great to see. But particularly, we found that new mums particularly tend to be a massive kind of market in terms of that decision process of whether to buy something eco-friendly or not. I mean, what I'm seeing with your products is obviously you've got traditional products with chemicals in. You're potentially putting those on surfaces and floors. And obviously, babies coming along, kind of you know, spending time around those products, licking their hands, licking their face, that kind of thing. Is that kind of something that mothers and sort of generally people should be concerned about, or is it going over the top?
No, I think they should be, and I think they are, and I think they're increasingly aware. I mean, a bit like you, we have, particularly over the last few months, started to get a lot of inquiries and do a lot of work with mum groups, mum societies, internet-based groups, and again, you know, all these mothers are very well educated. They understand the market and the environment they're operating in, and at the end of the day, no chemicals, no volatile compounds, no toxins, neutral pH levels, absolutely safe for baby, clean the baby's chair, let them wander around the floor, no risk at all in terms of what this product can transfer to that young human being. Whereas, you know, there's nothing wrong with the other products, but hey, you'd rather be safe.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, as they say. Yeah.
You know, they're very aware of the position, and a lot of them are trying to make the right decisions these days.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so that's fantastic. I think that's given us a good lowdown there. And we're actually, one thing to mention is we're running a competition at the moment. I think it's going to be launched on our Facebook page very shortly, where 6 sort of lucky winners can win a bottle of Eco to Life. I think it's the Eco to Life starter packs we're giving away. So yeah, you can check that out on our Facebook page. And thanks for your time, Mark. It's been really interesting.
That's right, pleasure.
Take care.